See, the world is built for people who specialize. It rewards the people who do one thing for 20 years. But you are allergic to one thing. Look around your room right now. There's a guitar in the corner you haven't touched in a year. There's a half-read book on the nightstand. There's a folder on your laptop full of half-written ideas that you were obsessed with, until you suddenly weren't. You treat hobbies like flings, not marriages. And people love to tell you that this is a discipline problem. They tell you that you're a jack of all trades, master of none. But here's the thing. They're reading the data wrong. That isn't a lack of discipline. It's a completely different survival strategy. Let's start with the obvious question. Why is it so hard for you to just pick a thing and stay there? Maybe you think it's because you have a broken attention span. Maybe you think you're afraid of commitment. Maybe you've told yourself that you're just lazy. But here's where it gets weird. That urge to jump ship, it isn't a flaw. It's a calculated biological bet. See, nature basically produces two types of survival machines. First, you have the specialist. Think of a koala. The koala is perfect at one thing, eating eucalyptus leaves. It is the CEO of eating eucalyptus. As long as the forest stays exactly the same, the koala wins. It is optimized, it is efficient, it is safe. But then you have the generalist. Think of a raccoon. The raccoon isn't the master of anything. It's messy. It eats trash, it climbs fences, it figures out how to open garage doors. It doesn't have a niche. But here's the kicker. When the forest burns down, the koala dies. The raccoon just moves to the city and thrives. Psychologists have a term for this. They call it a wicked domain. That's a fancy way of saying an environment where the rules keep changing. And for the last 100 years, we lived in a kind domain, a stable forest where you could pick a career at 22 and retire at 65. But that world is gone. The forest is burning, and your brain knows it. So while your friends were busy becoming koalas, optimizing for a world that is disappearing, you were accidentally building something else. You were building a Swiss Army knife. Every time you quit a hobby, you didn't actually lose the time. You kept the data. This is what cognitive scientists call far transfer. It's the ability to take a mental model from one place, like the pattern recognition you learned from music, and apply it somewhere completely different, like coding syntax. Think about it. The specific skill doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that you never became a pro guitarist. What matters is that you learned how to learn. You learned how to walk into a room where you knew nothing, figure out the rules, and get decent at it in a month. In a stable world, that looks like flaking. But in a volatile world, that is the single most valuable asset you can own. You aren't building a career ladder. You're building a portfolio of options. You traded depth for range. And in an economy where AI can automate the depth in seconds, range is the only thing that's left. Here is the hard truth. You traded peace for survival. The specialist gets to feel calm right up until the moment their industry vanishes. You don't get that calm. You get the chaos. But you also get the ability to walk into any room in any economy and figure it out. That isn't being flaky. That is being bulletproof. So stop trying to lower your resolution to fit their screen. If you are ready to turn that chaos into a weapon, you're in the right place. Welcome to the tribe.